All right, guys, this video I'm going to show you how to fill in the diagram that shows you the moon phases from Earth. This is going to be a little bit different than the diagram from above. This one might be a lot easier to use the scribble tool with instead of using the shapes, but I'm going to show you how to do both. All right. So first thing, I'm going to click on it same way I did the other one. That blue border is going to pop up, and then I'll click the edit button that's down here in the left-hand corner. All right, and then it's going to have all the tools for me to use to fill in this diagram. All right, so first thing, I'm going to come over here and select my scribble tool. I think this is the easiest way to do it, but you might want to use the shapes. I'm going to show you how to do both. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, and since this is my waxing crescent moon phase, I'm going to go ahead and draw that little line so I know how much I'm coloring in. I'm going to draw that little line, and then I'm going to shade the rest of it in on this side. This side is the side that's dark when I'm looking at it from Earth, because a waxing crescent, if it's a waxing moon phase, it is bright on the right-hand side. All right, so I've got it shaded in. I'm going to come over here just to make it look a little bit better so I can see it better. I'm going to make that line thicker, maybe a little bit thicker. There we go. All right, so now I know that this part of the moon that I'm looking at, this part is the part that is dark, okay? All right, so I've got my moon phase done. It is on there. I'm able to see which side is dark. Remember, the dark side is what we're shading in, and you can put the light in, but I'm not going to do that for you. I think that gets a little bit confusing. All right, so that is my waxing crescent moon phase. I've got just a little bit of light on the right-hand side of the moon. That's how you do it with the scribble tool. Now I'm going to take that out, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with the shapes, okay? So the easiest shape, I think, to use for this moon phase would be this shape right, oh, where'd it go? This shape right here, okay? So I am going to draw my shape. I'm going to have to resize it. And I'm going to draw my shape, and then I'm going to drag it where I need it to be. And then I'm going to resize it. Oh. I'm going to resize it however I need it to be. And then I'm going to pull on these little yellow pieces until they are where they need to be, so that I have just a little bit of light left on the right-hand side of the moon. Okay, now it's blue, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to come up here to this paint bucket. I'm going to fill it in dark so that I remember that is the dark part of the moon. So when you're looking at this moon phase up in the sky from Earth, it is going to have just a little sliver of light on the right-hand side. That is our waxing crescent moon phase. Now, this one right here we know is going to be our first quarter. So if we come up here to shapes, we can use the same shape we used before on the other diagram. I'll go ahead and draw that and then resize it. Put it where I need it to be. Ooh. And that undo button is my friend. If you ever mess anything up, you can click that undo button and it'll fix it for you. All right, I'm going to resize it. And then I'm going to drag it so that it covers, whoops, I'm going to grab that little yellow thing and drag it so it covers half of the moon. And then I need to make sure that I fill it in dark. All right, so that is my first quarter moon phase. It's bright on the right half, and the left half is dark. Okay, so when you're doing these moon phases, you might have to get kind of creative with the shapes you use. So like this one right here, you can drag it to different sizes, but when you're doing your crescent moon that's more than half dark, it's kind of difficult because this one won't go any farther than this. It won't get any bigger across the moon here. So you might have to get kind of creative with some of the shapes you use, or you can do the really easy thing and you can use the scribble tool just to color it in by hand, because you can make that scribble tool do anything you want it to, okay? So like down here, I'm going to do my waning crescent so it's bright on the left-hand side. So I can come down here and just color it in like I did before. And that is so much easier. I think you can do it either way, but it's so much easier to just color that one in by hand. And you do need to make it thicker so that you're not confused about what you're looking at. And you can always come back and add more lines if you miss some spots like that. All right. So once you've got all your moon phases drawn on here, you're going to hit save and close, and it will pop up on your Google Doc just like that. All right.